class 10. In this evening, I'd like to make a presentation about smartphones. Before I start my presentations, I have one or two questions for all of you. The first question is, what is the most popular gadgets among the teenagers? Laptop, computer, or smartphones?
Smartphones.
And the second question is, if you want to search an information about a product, do you ask to the shops or just googling an information in your smartphone?
Just go.
Just googling.
Okay, we are all agree that smartphone is getting more and more popular nowadays. The first idea of smartphone was proposed by Nikola Tesla, but the first true smartphone didn't show up didn't show up before the century. The first true smartphone revolution is begin with the first iPhone marketed by Apple in 2007. The smartphone has many advantages and disadvantages. First, we will talk about the advantages of smartphones. The first is means of communications. We know that a long time ago, smartphone didn't exist. So, if people want to make a communication, they must use or send a letter. Maybe they use a post. But nowadays, people can just text a message by smartphone. And in this half decades, people can also make a video call. I think it's a very new technology because why? Because some years ago the video call didn't exist, but nowadays we can show our condition or our face to the people, not only the voice but also the video. So it is one of the advantages of smartphone nowadays for the communication. And then the other is means of entertainment. When many years ago, people play traditional games, but now there are many electronic games by the smartphones. And then with the growth of technology, there are many games online. So with the smartphones, we can play games, just download it, and we can play it. So we can entertain ourselves by that games. It's easy because we just download it. And then the others advantages is means of business. I think there are many advantages from the smartphone for business. For example, the online shops. We can buy a lot of things by online. We just must to visit the site or download the apps, so we can search the product and buy it. It's easy. But besides the advantages, smartphone also have a disadvantages. For example, is addiction. If we play a game for a long time, we can be addicted and at that games. We can play long time. We don't know the time, so we can edit it. In some case, the long game games online. We play a long time that some people play. In some case, it can make the people die. It's a bad case. Because it's hidden dangerous disadvantages from the smartphones that can make problems like that. Besides that, there are also malware and the other that can get to our smartphone if we visit some sites and don't realize that site is dangerous or that site has malware. Our smartphone can get a virus from that site. Maybe if we do it in personal computer, we can detect it. But if we do it in our smartphone, I think it's hard to detect it because antivirus for the smartphone is seldom, I think. So it's hard to detect the malware for the smartphone. And then yes, that's my presentation. Before I finish my presentation, we can conclude that smartphone has advantages and disadvantages. In one hand, the smartphone can make our life is more simple, and then in the other hand, the smartphone hide many dangers for our life. If maybe like that, like malware or personal identity, our personal identity is stolen by someone. So I think we must. So I think I just recommend that we must be aware and try to avoid it. Thank you. Good evening.